edition of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Nice win for the Halos last night against the Philadelphia Phillies. Today they look to make it 2 in a row. Quick 2-game set here in Philadelphia. Hi, everybody, from inside Citizens Bank Park. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubers. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again. Mentioned the victory last night, and that was Matt Shoemaker picking up his very first Major League victory. And today, Mike Scioscia hands the ball off to Garrett Richards, looking to run his record to 4-0.
Yeah, Victor, he made some outstanding adjustments in his last start against Toronto. Early on, did not have command of his breaking ball, but his fastball was unbelievable. He had running action, he had sinking action, 95, 97. Then all of a sudden, as the game progresses, when he had the feel for the fastball, he went back to his breaking ball, and that became electric. He's been throwing the ball so well this entire season. He has dominant stuff. And what he's been able to do on the road, when you think about his ERA, 1.69 ERA, which is fifth best in the American League. He can dominate, especially with all these lefties in the lineup. He will run that fastball in, sink the fastball away, and get his swing and miss curveball. So this should be a fun matchup for Garrett Richards, in my opinion, one of the best arms in the American League.
A different looking lineup for Mike Scioscia today, facing the veteran A.J. Burnett. See what the Halos and the Phillies have in store. A lot of kids playing hooky. Still, to see Mike Trout, we're just about ready for baseball in Philadelphia. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world, and by SoCal Toyota. Check out the new Fun to Drive 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. Between the Halos and the Philadelphia Phillies, the managers have exchanged the lineup cards. And not quite the crowd that we experienced last night. Over 1,000 last night, almost 42,000 in attendance last night. Not bad for a team that has been averaging 29,000. They're probably back down to that norm today. But as they were introducing the players, the lineups, if you will, Mike Trout's name once again came out, and another terrific round of applause throughout the ballpark.
Yeah, that was pretty good to be able to see him once again, to be able to get that kind of ovation from the Philly crowd here. Grew up watching the Phillies and the Eagles going. He's a season ticket holder for the Philadelphia Eagles football games.
Take a look at the American League West standings. The Halos with the victory last night, 2 games over 500 with a 20-18 record, and they sit 4 games back of the Oakland Athletics. Philadelphia finds himself in 5th place, 4.5 games back, with a 17-20 mark. They're wearing the kind of throwback uniforms that they wear on day games and Sunday games here. It's a good look if you like the traditional Phillies look, and I'm sure you do, Mark Gibbs.
Yes, I do. It's a good look.
Let's take a look at the lineup that Mike Scioscia puts out there this afternoon. Efrain Navarro will lead things off. He's in right field. Mike Trout is in center. Albert Pujols in first. Raul IBANEZ, nice round of applause when his name was mentioned here. He's in left. Derek Ibar after the night off back at shortstop. Hank Conger behind the plate. Grant Green gets a start for Howie Kendrick at second base. Lee Jimenez at third. And of course, National League, that means the pitcher bats. Garrett Richards hitting ninth. Taking on a 37-year-old right-hander. He's a veteran in Major League Baseball, born in Arkansas, raised in Maryland. His name is A.J. Burnett.
A.J. Burnett, very good fastball when he has command of it. 90 to 95, very good swing and miss curveball and changeup. But the keys, when you're trying to face Burnett, put him in tough situations. Think in terms of stealing bases, aggressively going to extra base against them, and lefty success. Lefty's hitting 291 against him as compared to 202 from the right side against A.J. Burnett.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Burnett this afternoon. Same lineup that Ryan Sandberg had last night. Brown, Revere, and Bird in the outfield from left to right. Ashe, Rollins, Utley, and Howard in the infield from third to first. Ruiz back behind the plate.
And Chase Utley playing second base. Has committed 2 errors so far this season for the Phillies. Really a solid defender. Very good as far as turning double plays. 17 errors last year. Most since 2006. The guy that's very comfortable turning that double play at second base.
Phillies, for the most part, have played just about the same type of defensive baseball that the Angels have. Both teams have committed 23 errors. And the Phillies got to that point last night, courtesy of 3 errors by Cody Ashe, their third baseman. And that's what led to those 4 unearned runs for the Angels in the 6th inning. The Halos made it stand up. Today's first pitch being delivered by Shumash Casino Resort. Angels with the victory yesterday, now 12-8 out on the road this season. They've hit much better out on the road than they have at home. 264 batting average compared to 245 at the Big A. And the Angels starting another long homestand beginning tomorrow night against the Tampa Bay Rays. Efrain Navarro leading things off. First one this afternoon is in there for a strike. That is Corey Blazer calling the balls and strikes. Brian Honora at first, Doug Eddings at second, Marvin Hudson at third. Your umpiring crew today.
Marvin Hudson was very consistent behind the plate last night.
Yeah. Breaking pitch, down and in. Navarro 4 for 9 in his big league stint this year. 3 doubles, 1 run batted in. Batting in that leadoff spot. A little different look, of course, especially in the National League ballpark. 1-1 from Burnett. Breaking ball in there. And it's 1-2. Burnett 49 2/3 innings under his belt this year. 43 hits, 39 strikeouts, 21 walks. Knocked around a little bit in his last start against the Toronto Blue Jays. Getting up 3 home runs in that start. There's the 1-2 offering. And that is up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not as firm as he once was, but the guy has always had pretty good stuff in a long, distinguished major league career.
And always been a guy that's been inconsistent around the strike zone. You mentioned that 21 walks so far this year. He can get wild at times.
Trout on deck. 2-2, foul back.
What we've seen from Navarro so far up here at the major leagues this season, very good long at bats. Seeing a number of pitches, drives the ball well to left center field. A lot of room in left center field for him today also here at Citizen Bank.
Little dribbler on the first base side. Burnett off the mound, flips it to Howard. There is out number one. We'll bring up Mike Trout.
Number 27, center fielder Mike Trout.
Trout last night had one hit. It was a single off of Cliff Lee in the fourth inning. The first one fouled off to the right. We haven't seen that in a while. You talk about jumping on a first pitch fastball.
And I like that from him.
Yeah.
If he gets a fastball, he could do some damage to it. Why take that and be behind in the count 0-1?
The breaking ball there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout hitting .270. 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Pujols on deck.
It's basically a fastball to set up his breaking ball. That's usually the pitch he goes with to a right-handed batter. His curveball, very good swing and miss curveball A.J. Burnett has.
Here's the 1-2. This was fouled back. Halos have played from behind in every game on this road trip. Still have managed a 4-1 record. Last night, getting behind 2-0 in the fourth inning against Matt Shoemaker, but then scoring those 4 runs in the 6th. Thought about it. They want an appeal, and Brian Lenore says he did not.
Well, early in the year, the Angels scored a ton of runs in the first inning.
Yeah. That has really calmed down quite a bit. Not that they haven't had opportunities, but still, you know that pace was not going to sustain itself through the course of a 162 game schedule.
See how the opponents have scored and fared better in the first inning.
They went back to another slider in the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Burnett. As Albert steps to the plate, let's take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, another Philly band, boys to men, end of the road. Obviously, when you have a long homestand coming out, sometimes you think in terms of look ahead, but the reality is you have an opportunity to have an excellent road trip here and finish off going 5-1 against 2 very good opponents, Toronto and Philadelphia, in their place. So do not look ahead, think in terms of this game and successfully finishing off this road trip.
A little Motown Philly, huh?
Oh, yeah. You like boys to men. You saw them in concert.
They were great, man. In Vegas. No Fresh Prince, huh? It's only 2 game schedule.
Yeah, I needed the 3rd game for that.
Albert Pujols hitting .260, 10 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Hitless last night. They're going 0 for 5. Burnett's 1-0 pitch is on the corner. 1-1. Albert's last at bat in the 9th inning was a missile that Jimmy Rollins made a nice play on, leaping up, snagging it. Otherwise, it would have gone for at least a double, an RBI double. Grant Green was at first base.
Pujols with 2 career home runs against A.J. Burnett.
This one's lined to right. Marlon Byrd giving chase, not going to get there. It falls in for a hit, and it'll roll into the corner. Albert looking over his right shoulder, will stop right there as Byrd had troubles with it. And it's a 2-out double for Pujols, his 2nd hit of the road trip.
We were talking about looking at his numbers here on this road trip. He's been stuck with 10 home runs and 9 doubles for a while. Here gets his 10th double. So 10 home runs, 10 doubles. Tough play right in the corner. hugged along the wall, but Bird still gets it in.
Now tied with Lou Gehrig, the 34th all-time, 534th double.
Pretty impressive.
Yep. Now Simmons up next at 539. There's Raul Ibanez. He swings through the first one. It's 0-1. In case you're wondering, the major league leader doubles in a career, Tris Speaker, 792.
That's a lot of doubles.
Pete Rose, Stan Musial, Ty Cobb, and Craig Biggio rounding out the top 5.
At some
all-time.
point, Hall of Famer Craig Biggio.
Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for, but you're right.
Those numbers speak for itself. Doubles, base hits, playing a tough position, whether it's catcher, center field, or second base.
Hey, great names on that list. Top 10. Right behind Biggio is George Brett, Napoleon Lajoie, Yastrzemski, Honus Wagner.
Wow.
Hank Aaron, top 10. That's all the all-time doubles leaders. Breaking ball caught the outside corner on Ibanez, and it is 1-2. Raul, very familiar to Phillies fans. 2009 to 2011 as a Philly. Hits this one out to right field. Bird giving chase, and he's not going to get there. It falls in for a hit. Pujols comes in to score, and the Angels strike for a first inning run. It's 1-0.
Just like we said, they always score first inning runs. It's good to see Raul Ibanez get a base hit and an RBI. He's been doing a lot of extra hitting, getting his swing back, taking a lot of pitches, working some walks, but this time gets a pitch on the inner half of down. Mistake by Burnett. Ibanez down the right field line. He had a lot of success hitting in this ballpark, playing for the Phillies, and comes through with a base hit there and an RBI, giving him 19 RBI on the season.
Yeah. So back-to-back 2-out hits for the Angels, and Eric Ibar will step up. First one in for a strike. Mentioned Raul having success. He's set his career high for home runs with the Phillies in 2009 with 34 home runs. Eric Ibar had the night off last night. John McDonald got to start it short. Eric hitting 274. Takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
That was more of a product of resting his knees for playing those 4 games up in Toronto on that turf.
Howie Kendrick gets the day off today. Johnny Mac turned a nice double play to end the ball game. Ibanez takes off. The breaking pitch is down and in to throw down, and it sails into the outfield, and Ben Revere alertly charging in keeps Ibanez at second base.
Second stolen base of the season for Ibanez. Both on this road trip. Pujols with 2, Ibanez with 2.
What is the world coming to?
And they're going to be starting to give Eric Ibar some grief. Eric only has 1 stolen base on the season, been caught twice. But Eric says, I'm hitting the number 5 spot. I'm just thinking in terms of power.
I'm an RBI machine right now. In his mind.
Yes.
18 runs batted in. There's Howie with the day off. So another man in scoring position. 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Eric. A hard breaking pitch that he just got a piece of. 23 pitches thrown by Burnett. Retired the first 2 guys rather easily. Navarro, a little dribbler on the right side of the mound. Then he struck out Trout. Pujols doubled, and Ibanez brought him home with a single. Backdoor breaking pitch missed away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And if Burnett is not able to throw his breaking ball for a strike, it's going to be a tough afternoon for him. His fastball is good, but his swing and miss pitch is his breaking ball. If he shows some patience, he'll get a fastball to hit.
He got Trout on the slider. The slider seems to be working a little bit better than the curveball has so far, anyway. Yeah, I tried to run that 2-seam fastball, and it's a full count. And Conger on deck. Burnett signing with the Phillies this offseason after spending 2 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last year, a 10-11 record, a 3.30 ERA in 30 starts.
Yeah, for a while, he was talking about retiring.
Payoff on the way, and this is pulled down the line. That is just foul. Brian O'Nora making the call.
Mike Scioscia is looking out there to determine if he's going to go out and question that.
And O'Nora showing Alfredo Griffin with his foot where that ball hit.
Wow, as far as from that angle, it's definitely crossing the base. But it's going to be difficult to overturn that. But from our angle right here, especially from that camera angle, it looks like the ball went over the base first and then went foul.
Another 3-2. And Ibar lays off. No, he went around, says the third base umpire, Marvin Hudson. Boy, that was a questionable call. It's the third out of the inning. The Halos do strike for a run on 2 hits. Leave IBANEZ at second base. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Angels. First inning, here's a look at Ryan Sandberg starting 9 for the Phillies. Game number 38 for them. 17-20 on the season. Ben Revere at center. Jimmy Rollins at short. Chase Utley at second. Ryan Howard, the cleanup man, at first. Marlon Byrd at right. Dominic Brown at left. It's Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. Cody Ashley at third base. And A.J. Burnett batting ninth. He is the pitcher. Taking on Garrett Richards. Comes into this with a 3-0 record and a 2.80 ERA.
Yeah, we talked about how well he's thrown on the road, but for me, the keys for Rich is to be successful against this Philly lineup. Simply be yourself. Don't overthrow. Don't try to be anything more than your dominant self, and work ahead all day long. When you stay ahead with that fastball, you can finish off with that wipeout breaking ball that you have.
First one to Ben Revere's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Revere hitting .276. 2 triples, 5 runs batted in. Had a 1-for-4 game yesterday with a single and a run scored. Evens up to count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Richards in his last start went 7 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. No decision for him. His last win was at home against the Texas Rangers on May the 3rd. Revere tops this one back to the mound, and Richards will flip it underhand to Pujols. 1 away. Let's check out the Angels defensively behind Garrett. You have Raul IBANEZ at left, Mike Trout at center, Efrain Navarro out in right field. The infield consists of Luis Jimenez, Eric Ibar, Grant Green, and Albert Pujols from third to first with Hank Conger behind the plate.
Efren Navarro getting the start, his second start out in right field. We've seen him start in left field, generally your first baseman. Good athlete, good reads off of the bat. We've seen as an outfielder. Been a number of games in the minor leagues to try to get acclimated to that outfield position, especially right field. A different throw than it is in left field.
Celebrating his 28th birthday today. Jimmy Rollins steps in, takes outside.
Both pitchers get little comebackers first play of the game. 1-3 putouts with Burnett and now Richards to start the game.
Rollins is switch hitting shortstop, hitting .267. 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Had an 0-for-4 game last night, including 3 strikeouts. One and two. It's a Phillies team that is 7th in the National League as far as batting average is concerned. 14th in home runs, 12th in runs scored. As it off speed is hit towards short. Ibar to the backhand, has to hurry. Good speed from Rollins, and Ibar throws him out. 2 down.
Boy, what a strong throwing arm Eric Ibar has. He's in the outfield grass on the backhand. He's able to gather himself enough to be able to get a lot on that throw with Rollins batting from the left side and running down the line. Strong throw. It's the second out of the inning.
Two outs, nobody on. Chase Utley at the plate.
Going old school walk-up song, little Led
like
Zeppelin,
like
Casimir.
I believe you've used that as a Hyundai.
Yes, I have.
Key to the game for Scott.
Yes, I have. Good memory.
Yeah. Utley hitting .338, third in the National League in batting average. Has 3 home runs and 20 runs batted in. UCLA product. He's been a steady mainstay in this lineup. The one guy that continues to kind of be dangerous. He's had to deal with some nagging injuries of late. But when he is going good,
he's quick inside, even against a left-handed pitcher. Better off. That pitch that Richards threw was a perfect pitch. 0-1.
We saw it last night as he tripled into the right field corner. Third triple of the season. He was also hit by a pitch, ended up going 1 for 3. He leads the National League in doubles with 15. This one's out toward right center field. Efren Navarro moving over, dives, can't get it. Now it'll go all the way to the wall. Trout chases it down. Utley is going to round second and slam on the brakes.
This pitch was down, and Utley went down and got it.
Might be a product of an inexperienced outfielder there.
Break a ball that was down. You can see how he stops. He doesn't follow through on his swing. Gets down and gets it, but then that's it. Don't even follow completely through. Yet the ball got all the way into the alley in right center field just by Navarro. At that point, you're better off served as a right fielder. Just go playing that ball all the hop instead of trying to dive. You can't ever blame anybody for being aggressive, but it is a product of a guy not a lot of experience. You run back, cut it off, and keep Utley at first base.
Unlike last night, we definitely don't have those winds that are blowing and knocking the ball down in the outfield. As Utley's at second base, and here's Ryan Howard, the first baseman, looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. Jimenez stays at home at third base. 3 infielders on the right side, although Grant Green is out in shallow right field. About as far as you could be without being an actual outfielder.
There's a lot of trust in your arm for Grant Green.
Oh, 1 pitch upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's can almost carry Efren Navarro in his backpack.
It's like the old softball 4th outfielder.
What is that, right out?
Yes.
Howard hitting .257, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Picked up his 22nd RBI yesterday, beating the shift as he swings through that one. And you would think the way Howard's swing has been throughout his career, that he becomes very susceptible to that two-seam fastball away.
Yeah, I mean, that swing of the pitch, it never really was close to the strike. It almost looked like a split-finger fastball at 95. Almost take a chance at that pitch again.
Halo scoring a run with 2 outs in the first inning. Garrett Richards trying to avoid that. The 1-2. A swing and a miss. Conger blocks it, fires to first, and that will complete the strikeout and the inning. A 2-out double stranded in scoring position with through 1. Halos on top 1-0. Bank Park. Overcast skies, but no threat of rain in the forecast. When originally, when we were in Toronto looking ahead to this 2-game series, yesterday it was supposed to be a 30 to 40% chance of rain. Today, about 40% chance of rain.
And even coming to the ballpark yesterday, it looked like it had a good chance to rain, but all of a sudden it cleared up. It was a beautiful night.
Yeah, the winds took those clouds away, and today should be all right. And Conger to lead things off, followed by Grant Green. Then Luis Jimenez against A.J. Burnett through 27 pitches in the first as Hank takes that breaking ball inside. Hank hitting .314, 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Burnett had a couple of strikeouts in the first, although the one of Ibar, as we showed you going to break at that point, didn't look like he committed to it. It should have been ball 4, but Marvin Hudson, the third base umpire, rung it up. One ball, 2 strikes.
Changeup. Conger pull off on his changeup. Well, he had some good swings up in Toronto, which he had a 5 RBI performance.
Career high for him.
On May 10th.
This is a little loop around the shallow center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Lead off single for Hank Conger. That'll bring up Grant Green. Hey folks, the Angels kick off Armed Forces Weekend tomorrow when they take on the Rays at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout camo shirt courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
Looking forward to that.
Third hit allowed at Burnett has given up so far. There's Grant Green. Looks at the strike. Grant hitting .348. He's 8 for 23 in the big leagues so far this year. 1 double, 1 RBI. The RBI came in the form of a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. At that point, it tied the game up at 2. Base hit out to right field. Inside out approach once again as Conger stops at second.
Well, he's really done a nice job. Even in spring training, his swing was consistent, not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just serve it in the outfield for a base hit. Successful once again. Burnett trying to go fastball away, but it runs on the inner half of the plate. Just went through with his swing, got his hands inside the ball, and base hit in the right field. And that's the difference between an American League game and an interleague play in the National League Park. A lot of times you would see Jimenez squaring around the bump, but with Richards, the pitcher, on the on-deck circle, it's going to be swinging away.
Looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Luis last night 1 for 4, and it was a big one. A 2 RBI double on a 3-0 pitch. Pulled it down the left field line. First 2 RBIs of the year. This one was his first double. Couple of men on, nobody out. Slider missing away. Burnett has always been one of those guys on the mound deliberate as far as his mechanics are concerned. Takes him a while to get rid of the baseball, or so it appears.
Good pickoff move, but yes, he is susceptible to the stolen base and to the wild pitch. 4 already, overthrows his breaking ball quite a bit.
Here's the 1-1. He's a little bit late on it. Got it off the end of the bat. 1 and 2. Garrett Richards on deck. Saw him last night when we got back to the hotel, and I said, "You've got a back leg at least 1."
Way he swung the bat in Toronto. I'm looking forward to his at bat.
Yeah, he puts on a nice little show in batting practice. As Jimenez strikes out swinging, we'll see what he's is capable of doing here in the second. Strikeout number 3 for A.J. Burnett.
Yeah, you would think it's still a bunt scenario.
Yeah.
Mike Soch likes to do that to advance both runners into scoring position, especially with a pitcher that's susceptible to a wild pitch.
Yeah, Mike not a fan of letting his pitchers hack away. Ashe, the third baseman, in on the grass. Howard in front of Grant Green over at first. First and second and 1 out now. Shoemaker executed a perfect sacrifice last night. Object here to get the ball down at third base line with Howard crashing.
Yeah, the other day watching Richards practice bunting, he did a real good job as far as bunting down the first base line, bunting down the third base line. Very comfortable. But that's against the batting practice pitcher, not a guy like A.J. Burnett with his movement on his fastball and breaking ball.
And Richards wanted DiSarcina to run through the signs once again, so DiSarcina gets him from Socha. A lot of times it's pretty much the same sign, but you're trying to keep everyone guessing, if you will, on the other side. So that's why DiSar didn't just flash the signs immediately. He kind of looked for Socha to give him the same old sign.
Anytime you see him square around early, they might bring the bat back and try to swing and knock a ground ball through a hole.
Swinging a miss on the breaking ball. Jimmy Rollins wanted a pick off at second base. Burnett came home instead, 0-2. So Richards has seen 2 breaking pitches. He's in the hole at no balls at 2 strikes. You've got the leadoff man, Efren Navarro, on deck.
And look at the Dominic Brown. He's playing pretty deep in left field. Especially when you see a pitcher squaring around, he's just going to bring the bat back and just try to put it in play.
Must have gotten the scouting reports on Richards' BP.
Yeah, bad scout out in Toronto.
1-2, and that is down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
forcing Burnett to throw quite a few pitches.
Conger and Green with back-to-back singles to lead off the second inning. Jimenez struck out. 2-2. And Richards goes down for out number 2. Second strikeout of this inning. 4th overall for Burnett. So it'll be up to Efrain Navarro. Navarro got jammed and hit a little roller that Burnett picked up. Threw him out on.
Navarro sharing his birthday with a number of very good major leaguers. Doc Holliday, Dennis Martinez, and the Hall of Famer Tony Perez.
Atanasio Perez.
Remember that '83 Philly team that went to the World Series, eventually ended up losing to Baltimore. Also a member of the Big Red Machine, but that's another story.
Still hanging on to that '83 thing?
Yes. It's a veterans on that team. Joe Morgan.
Yeah, veterans on the '80 team.
Yeah. Pete Rose.
Boone. Michael Jack.
Oh.
Your guy.
Yes.
There's the 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Effort batting in that leadoff spot today. A little different look. Two-0 pitch. Inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Phillies losing to the Orioles in that '83 World Series.
That was Cal Ripken's first year, I think, with Baltimore. Gary Matthews Sr. was on that Phillies team in '83.
'80 had Boone, Rose, Manny Trio, Boa, who's the bench coach now, Mike Schmidt, Greg Luzinski, Gary Maddox, and Bake McBride.
One of my all-time favorites. Manny Trio was my all-time favorite. Great second baseman, an outstanding throwing arm, former catcher.
There's Larry Boa.
There's Michael Jack Schmidt. Be doing some games for the Phillies this year on certain Sundays at home.
Three-1 on the way. Navarro looks at his strike, a full count.
It's important. It allows Hank Conger to get a running start here now, so base hit in the outfield should allow him to score.
Runners take off for 3-2, and this is base hit up the middle. Conger will come in to score. Green on his way to third. The Angels with a 2-0 lead as Efrain Navarro picks up his second RBI.
And both runs have scored on 2 out base hits. And doesn't try to do a whole lot. Just make good contact. Another nice at bat for Navarro and another base hit RBI, giving him 2 on the season. Scoring Hank Conger was able to get that jump on a 3-2 count. And already 48 pitches thrown for A.J. Burnett. And the Phillies bullpen has been an issue for him this season. A good opportunity to get to the bullpen early, possibly for the Angels.
Burnett has given up 5 hits, 4 singles and a double. Facing Trout with runners at the corners now. Mike 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. He rips one out to center field. Revere got turned around and somehow figures it out and makes the catch. Boy, that ball was squared up. The Halos get 1 on 3 hits. They lead it 2-0. Angels on top. Could have been more, but Ben Revere somehow gets turned around and still finds the baseball. Or the ball finds him anyway. Nice play by the Phillies center fielder.
And Trout saying sometimes it is difficult, especially in a day game on a line drive like that. The center fielders always say the most difficult baseball to catch is that line drive right at him, and that was, and it gets caught up in the fans, in the seats behind home plate. Very difficult read for a center fielder to track that ball well, especially when hit like that.
Marlon Byrd takes inside. It'll be Byrd, Brown, and Ruiz for the Phillies here in the second. The Angels with solo runs in the first 2 innings. Marlon Byrd hitting .303 is the right fielder for the Phillies. 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in. 0 for 4 game last night. 1-1. Broken bat, pulled foul into the camera well. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Byrd, the leadoff man here, is second. He rips this one foul.
Might be time to try a breaking ball. Pretty quick on a fastball in at 97.
And a little bit quicker too with the new bat. He can't break bats back-to-back pitches.
No.
That's not good. Your teammates will crush you.
Be fun to be able to do that when you're on the mound.
Sliders popped up on the right side. Albert drifting back a couple of steps. 1 away. Hey, it's now time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. And it is brought to you by AT. We'll bring that to you a little bit later on.
Yes.
We need to start selecting these ourselves.
Yes.
Randomly. Now that you're on Twitter.
Yeah.
I got to teach you how to search hashtags.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress.
No,
for me.
hey, but you know what, man? You've taken giant leaps forward since joining. And really jumping into the dark side.
Yes. No question.
Social media maven that you are. Breaking ball evens up the count at 1-1. Dominic Brown hitting .227 with a home run and 15 runs batted in. A little bouncer towards second. Grant Green has it. 2 outs. Did you have a good time catching up with your family?
Yeah, it was a good time. See my brothers, my uncle here today, even my high school baseball coach was here today, along with some teammates of my high school baseball team from Philly here.
Did you get the lineups lineups written in there? Hey, speaking of Twitter, that friend is you and Sly Stallone.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, Rocky Balboa.
Because nobody knows who it's Sly Stallone. It's really just Rocky here.
Yeah, it is Rocky, and that's him on the left, and that's me up on top.
Yeah. This one down to straightaway center field by Ruiz, but Trout is there. A 1-2-3 inning. That may just be our AT.
Oh, please no. That's been up where it was.
Army's Gold Star Pin campaign, which honors the families of fallen service members. This Saturday's Armed Forces Day at the Big A at Fox Sports West will honor several Gold Star Pin families. To learn more about the program, visit goldstarpins.org. 2-0 Angels here in the third. Pujols, IBANEZ, and Ibar to face A.J. Burnett. He's allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. He's also struck out 4 and walked none. Albert doubled into the right field corner with 2 outs in the first inning and scored on the IBANEZ single. So Albert 1 for 1. His second hit of this road trip. It's his 10th double of the season. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. This one pulled foul out in front.
Quite a few pitches thrown for A.J. Burnett. 27 in the first, 22 in the second. Already 52 pitches. When you look at this Phillies pitching staff, the starters a 3.91 ERA. The bullpen, though, 4.85, which is good news for the Angels. You're going to get to that bullpen early with the amount of pitches thrown by A.J. It's been an issue of the last few seasons for the Phillies, and Ryan Sandberg is trying to patch that bullpen together. Papelbon, their closer, has been somewhat consistent, but unavailable in certain games, and that's been a problem for this team.
Albert lays off a full count. IBANEZ on deck. Breaking pitch again. Pulled foul just in front of Gary DiSarcina.
That's a good move by DiSar, not trying to field that one. Old school Pete Rose jersey.
Oh. Do you think at one time he used to be able to zip that up? This one fouled off to the right. Another 3-2. Howard pulls this one down the line. That is just foul. Marvin Hudson with the call. Nice effort by Cody Ashley. Couldn't come up with it.
Tough night for Ashley last night. 3 errors made. They say let the baseball play him. Usually a pretty good defender at third base.
Albert pulls this one to left, a base hit.
Well, a good sign. Double down the right field line for Pujols, his first at bat. Now a rocket in the left field for his second hit. Boy, he's starting to get that swing together. And if you know Albert Pujols at all, you know he's been working to get the swing back. That good at bat last night, even though it was an out, didn't get the hit he was looking for. He squared it up. First 2 at bats, squared up hits for Pujols. He works as hard as anybody as far as getting his swing back. Constantly working off the tee, indoor cages, and then regular batting practice.
IBANEZ lays off the breaking ball. I think if you go back to that liner in the 9th inning, you know, there's sometimes it's just that one at bat or one swing where you feel like, all right, I think I figured it out.
Especially a veteran. Now, a young guy goes, oh, even when I have a good swing, I don't get a hit. But a veteran knows, okay, I'm finally getting my hips through the baseball, and I'm squaring it up once again.
Down in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Burnett being cautious now. Bro with an RBI single and a stolen base in the first inning. Six hits now allowed by Burnett. 5 singles, 1 double. Two balls and no strikes. It seems like Burnett has really slowed things down. He's thrown 61 pitches as we play here in the 3rd inning. Nobody out. The Angels have made him work too.
Green light, no question about it for IBANEZ here. See if he can get a fastball, he can do some damage.
And he walked up. That's the first free pass of the ball game for A.J. Burnett. So just like last inning, the first 2 men reaching here with nobody out, and that'll bring up Ibar.
Now this is a little different scenario. You might see Ibar maybe drag a bunt down the first base line, force Ryan Howard to field the ball. 62 pitches thrown already. It's going to be a bullpen day for the Phillies.
Eric struck out there in the first inning on a check swing. And this one's ripped out to the alley in right center field. Revere with good speed is not going to get there. One hopper off the fence. PUJOLS had to hold up, is now being waved in. IBANEZ stops at third. The throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI double for Eric Ibar makes it 3-0.
Yeah, at that point, Gary DeSarcina has to send PUJOLS home. Even was a little bit closer than anticipated. But Eric Ibar, that day off, helped. Crushes the ball to center field, driving in 1. His 10th double. Had a fastball up. And when A.J. Burnett is up with his fastball, that's lateral movement, go to the big part of the bat. But Albert's making sure that ball is down, and then he's got to pick up Gary DeSarcina, and he sends him home, especially because IBANEZ was right behind him.
IBANEZ was literally a couple of steps behind him between second and third. Raul read it as if that ball was going to drop. Raul was thinking about himself trying to score.
I think he might have had a shot at scoring. He's already got a stolen base on the game. He's quick. Well, he's right behind him. Another double, 77 doubles this season for the Angels, second behind Tampa.
The infield halfway with Hank Conger at the plate. Runners at second and third, and still nobody out. Hank swings and misses on the breaking ball. Conger singled out to shallow center field his first time up. One ball, one strike.
Burnett career numbers against the Angels, 2-2 with a 4.75 ERA. Already allowed 7 hits. We're only here in the 3rd inning.
Boy, still trying to get that inside corner on left-handed batters, but missing in.
What happens as a pitcher when you try that, you keep missing in, then you start the fastball on the inside corner, and then it runs out over the middle of the plate. And that's when you see a hitter get a good swing against you. Lefties again coming into the game, 291 against them. Righties only 202.
2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball. What a nice dig by Ruiz.
I don't know how that didn't hit Hank Conger's back foot. Ruiz a very good defender behind the plate. Most times you're seeing a catcher going back and trying to retrieve that baseball. It's going to get by him, but he's quick hands.
3-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Caught the outside corner. Full count. Mentioned the 7 hits that Burnett has allowed so far this afternoon. Lefties have 4 of them. Righties 3. PUJOLS with 2 of those.
Grant Green on deck has the other. Batting from the right side.
Grant Green is on deck. Here's the payoff pitch of Conger. Breaking pitch. Little dribbler toward first, but foul. Burnett ready. Here comes another 3-2. And that is way inside of the breaking pitch, and another heck of a job by Ruiz. That one even better than the previous one. Second walk of the inning.
Yeah, that was a fastball. Overthrown. Trying to muscle it in the inside corner.
That one almost clipped Conger in the right knee. So bases loaded. Nobody on it. Grant Green at the plate. Seventy pitches thrown by Burnett. Green a base hit to right field in the second inning. So he's 1 for 1. And that's the pitch right there that he has not been able to establish on lefties.
He's not committed to making a mistake on that part of the plate. You have to be willing to roll the dice at times. If you're going in, you can't force and muscle that pitch up. Otherwise, you will be out of the zone consistently.
Breaking ball. Green waving at it. Fooled. And it is no balls and 2 strikes. How much is that as a byproduct of facing a Blue Jays lineup the last time out that got to him and got to him really hard?
Yeah, because clearly there were a number of those. I saw some of those highlights where he was trying to throw that 2-seamer in. He was making a mistake over the plate. So now he's muscling up trying to make sure he doesn't miss over the plate. But in turn, he's not throwing it for a strike. So he's behind in the count and forced to go the middle of the plate eventually in an at bat.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 run in, 3-0 Angels here in the third. This will be the 74th pitch of the game for Burnett. This little dribble off the foot. Home plate umpire Corey Blazer calling it immediately.
See how this ball runs out over the plate and off the toe. Good balance, but drops his elbow just enough to create lateral movement. The ball was real close to the toe of Grant Green. He might have been able to sell that one pretty good.
Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Ibanez at third, Ibar at second, Conger at first. Called strike 3, fastball away, 1 out.
With 2-seamer started off the plate. It went just off the outside corner, but gets the call. Corey Blazer thinking that was got in the outside corner.
Brings up Luis Jimenez. Luis struck out swinging in the second inning. 1 out now. That one's off the plate for ball 1. Well, the Angels tonight, or today I should say, already 3 for 8 with men in scoring position. A lot of base runners. Nothing easy for A.J. Burnett so far today.
You got to capitalize, though, and score more than 1 run in each of these innings, though.
2 balls, no strikes, and Burnett wants to do baseball. Action going now all of a sudden in the Phillies bullpen. Hollins, the first man up, the lefty. Two-0 pitch. Jimenez pulls this one to third. Ashe, a little bit of a bobble, steps on third, fires to first, and it's an inning-ending double play. So the Angels, with a bases loaded, no-out situation, get nothing out of it. They do score a run, however, and they lead at 3-0. And fans in attendance will receive an Albert Pujols gnome courtesy of Automobile Club of Southern California while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
That is phenomenal. Albert's having a big game today. Double, single. Couple runs scored.
3-0 Angels, although it feels like it should be more like 10-0. Halos have left 5 men on base. And what, 3 for 10 now? 3 for 9 with men in scoring position. And again, with the bases loaded, the Angels have just been atrocious this season. Now 3 for 26. First pitch from Garrett Richards is down low. It's 8-9-1 for the Phillies here in the third. Ashe, Burnett, and Revere.
And Jimenez kind of helped out A.J. Burnett. A 2-0 count. A pitcher's pitch. He chases it and ends up being a 5-3 double play.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And you just have to go up there with a positive frame of mind. Think in terms middle of the field. Think single. Don't worry about, and you'd love to be able to get a grand slam, but think single. It's going to score you 2 runs. Seems like they're pressing with the bases loaded.
Ashe, the third baseman, hitting .226, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Went 0 for 3 last night at the plate. And 0 for 3 defensively as well. 3 big errors for Ashe. 1-2. He's got a piece of it. Product of the University of Nebraska. 4th round pick. Got into 50 games last year with the Phillies at .235 with 5 home runs. 1-2 again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that's a good pitch. A little bit low, but it's great location.
Bouncer to first. That is a fair ball. And Pujols takes it himself on away.
I like what Hank Conger did right away. He said to Richards, get over just in case if that baseball hits the base and Albert's got to move one way or the other way, more difficult for him to get to the base. So with Richards there for protection, and we'll make the play and get that out.
Here's A.J. Burnett. He likes to swing the bat a little bit. 4 for 15 this year. That's a 267 average. One ball, 1 strike. Wind is picked up a little bit, blowing out toward left. Nothing like we had last night. Not that it was gale force winds, but it was a strong enough wind that we heard it in the crowd mics and also saw the baseballs affected by them out in center and right center field. 1 and 2.
Yeah, there was a couple baseballs hit last night that you would think under most circumstances in this field they had a chance of getting out.
On both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. Top of the order on deck at Ben Revere. Breaking pitches down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Richards 1 strikeout, no walks. 1 hit allowed. That was the double to Chase Utley with 2 outs in the first inning. Two. Swing and a miss. Down goes Burnett. 2 down.
Challenging with a fastball. Richards has a great fastball. Not only do you talk about the velocity, but the movement he has. Bottom just drops out as if it's a split finger fastball. His 4-seam fastball cuts. Get a lot of odd looks when hitters swing and miss on fastballs against Garrett Richards.
There's Ben Revere, the center fielder. Bounce went back to the mound in the bottom of the first. Speedy outfielder. Jimenez in on the grass at third. Pujols in a little bit at first. No balls, 1 strike. Bouncer to second base. Grant Green comes in, flips it underhand. A 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. 3 complete. Halos on top, 3-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC. And by Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today. Down with the fourth inning. Halos with a 3-0 lead. A little cheese
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
I had one last night.
Oh, did you?
What is that, Cheese Whiz right there? No.
Yeah.
It's a little Cheese Whiz.
Yes, it is.
Velveeta, right? Steak 'em in Velveeta.
Yes.
That's all it is. That's all a Philly cheesesteak is. So throw some onions, throw some peppers.
And an Amoroso roll. Come on now.
It's all about the water, right?
It is. Or we would say out here, water.
Water. We got an issue at second base. The bag is come undone. So the groundskeeper's out there.
They sell quite a few of these cheesesteaks at the stadium.
Jose Mota, based on Terry Smith's recommendation, went out to center field to try to get one last night. Was that Tony Dukes out there? And he said the line was ridiculous.
That sounds pretty good. Bring that on the plane for the flight back.
Seriously? You would buy one and take it on the plane?
Yes.
Like, really?
Yes, like really.
You wouldn't want to eat it like right then and there?
Well, okay, I'll get two then.
That just doesn't sound good. Let it sit for an hour.
Oh,
hour
it's
and a
even
half.
better.
What? Garrett Richards, little bouncer back up the middle. Jimmy Rollins has it. Richards running hard.
And that's one thing Mike Scioscia doesn't want to see out of his pitchers is a guy going that hard down the line necessarily, not used to that. It's the one thing, it's really a completely different run. You can do all the running you want as a pitcher, but that burst out of the batter's box and trying to beat out an infield hit.
He was sniffing out that infield base hit. He was trying. One out, nobody on, and Efrain Navarro at the plate. Navarro with an RBI single in the second inning. He's 1 for 2. RBI for Navarro, his second of the year. Breaking ball for a strike.
Boy, Efrain tracks a baseball so well. Something off the plate. He's not looking to try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's thinking line drive in the gap. He can hit one in the gap in right center field and left center field.
You're talking about a kid that's got over 3,500 plate appearances in the minor league. Little bouncer again. Burnett's got it. Second time tonight that has occurred. So he's 1 for 3 now. But 3,576 plate appearances in 8 seasons in the minor leagues. To me, it's, a matter of time. Good hitter to begin with. And very quiet hands.
Yes.
Not a whole lot of movement in that stance.
He's not going to swing and miss often. He's going to put the ball in play. He's going to hit the ball on the line most times. And he's extremely good as far as fielding his position at first base. And he's done a solid job in the outfield, both in left field and right field.
2 up and 2 down. Here's Trout. Mike's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a laser out to Ben Revere in center. I can't imagine Burnett's going to give him much to hit here after that last swing.
And he also has got to deal with Albert Pujols on deck, who's had 2 really good swings against him also, including 2 home runs in his career against Burnett for Pujols.
One 0 pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. I like to give you grief about the cheesesteak, right? I had one last night.
Yeah, you did. And I didn't.
Had your favorite order of fries next to it as well. 3-0 now. Best eaten warm, though.
Yes.
I'm not into this whole soggy sandwich thing.
That's okay. I can eat one warm and then bring one on the plane.
I might have to sit somewhere else for the first time in 5 years.
It's good eating.
Yeah. I'm sure TSA appreciates the old soggy sandwich in your bag as you're going through there.
Perfect.
Yeah. What is this? 3-0. 3-1.
Boy, he's staying away against Trout, trying to force him to hit the ball to right center field.
Burnett with 5 strikeouts, 2 walks so far today. 7 hits allowed. And that is a walk. 3rd one issued. And again, unable to close out an inning. He had a 1-2, or a first 2 guys out in the first inning, but then gave up a run as Pujols comes up.
Let's take a look at our AT&T Universe Rewind. Talk about last night's last at bat for Pujols. A rocket that Jimmy Rollins jumps up and catches, but he carries that swing into today. Double down the right field line, his 10th double of the season. And then the very next at bat for Pujols, a missile in the left field, 2 for 2. But going back to that bat last night when Rollins made a play against him, it was all about the swing and using that lower part of his body. So that's 3 great swings in a row for Pujols.
Trout at first. You wonder if he's on the move at some point. I'll check in on him. Mike with 4 stolen bases on the season. Halos with 28. Puts him 4th in the American League in that category. He takes off. The pitch is a swing and a miss. The throw down by Ruiz. Make that 5 stolen bases now.
Yeah, he figured he had to get another stolen base. Raul Ibanez is right behind him with 2 now in the season. Stretching out that lead as far as stolen bases. Big jump. Talk about the long throwing motion for A.J. Burnett. Easily getting that hand in. Keeping the hand on the base. As Utley tried to keep his glove right on the hand just in case it came off the bag. Good protect swing too for Pujols. He wasn't trying to make contact. He was just distracting Ruiz behind the plate.
0-1 count on Albert. The double that he hit in the first inning, his 10th of the season. He's also scored twice. Oh, 0-2. Albert didn't like that call.
See if this fastball runs back and catches the corner and gets the very bottom of the strike zone, the corner of Fox tracks.
It's an unhittable pitch. That's why you see Grant Green get frustrated when he struck out on that similar pitch. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt.
Ruiz is so smooth behind the plate to be able to block a breaking ball. He'll do that a number of times in this game with Burnett on the mound. This is textbook. Sliding the body over, knees down, glove down.
Now we talk about Efrain Navarro's quiet approach to play with the hands. Carlos Ruiz, quiet body.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of jumping around or up and down, just nice and smooth.
So often you hear the pitchers for the Phillies talk about how much they love throwing to him.
And Pujols rips one foul. That was a breaking ball that backed up. Ruiz wanted that pitch down and away. That got out of a hurry. Right size, wrong shape.
That had the sound off the wall there also. The sign.
The Philly cheesesteak sign.
Yeah. On cue.
Yeah. This is sharply hit to short. Rollins has it. That'll do it for the Angels here in the 4th. Right to the bottom of the inning. Angels still up 3-0. Angels Baseball is brought to you by the all-new four-door Fiat 500L. Visit FiatUSA.com and head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet.
Halos up by the score 3-0 as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Jared Richards back to work. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 for Philadelphia. Rollins, Utley, and Howard. Jared with 2 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. Goes to Chase Utley back in the first. Rollins grounded out to Eric Ibar in the first. A nice play by Ibar. A couple of steps into the outfield grass. No balls and 1 strike. 39 pitches thrown by Richards so far. 28 strikes.
It's that feel for his curveball. We saw it in Toronto early on. Didn't have quite the feel for his breaking ball, but as the game progressed, started to get that feel again. His fastball was very good early. Fastball good here too.
One ball, 2 strikes. Just off the plate, 2-2. Sharply hit again towards short, backhanded by Ibar. Deja vu all over again, 1 out.
Rollins is going to think, well, maybe I got to try some other part of the field right now. Basically the same exact spot, hit well once again by Rollins in the outfield grass. Strong throw, gets him at first twice.
There's Utley. Double to the alley at right center field. The first inning is 16th double. Takes down and away. That ball had some movement on it just by watching the way Hank caught that ball. Two balls and no strikes. Halos going home after this game. Long homestand. 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays, 3 against the Houston Astros, 3 against the Kansas City Royals.
Got to start being more consistent at home. And so she's looking for that.
Ground ball to second. Green has it. Better hurry. 2 outs.
Well, you know you got a good fastball. But Grant Green, knowing it, Utley, he plays the game the right way. He's going down there quickly down the line. He really forced Green to be quicker than he hoped to be on that ball. He had time to go field it and throw him out, but you can't wait back with Utley going down the line. I think it was a short throw. If he had to be in the backhand, that would have been a difficult play. You know you have a good fastball, Garrett Richards, on a 2-0 count against Utley. You get a swing like that.
Ryan Howard, swing and a miss, lost the handle of the bat there.
And on a fastball like that.
Yeah.
And one thing you notice if you're watching at home, Hank Conger's putting down the 1 sign, which is universal for a fastball, but he'll make a circular motion, which means he wants a 2-seam sinking fastball. He's going to try right there. Try a hard slider now.
On the outside corner too. 1-2. This is out toward right field. Little sinking liner, and it falls in. A top spin lob for Ryan Howard, a 2-out single.
Well, he struck him out on a breaking ball in the dirt. He had an opportunity there, 1-2, to bounce another breaking ball against Howard, who's had his troubles with breaking pitches throughout his career. Very good fastball hitter. Got a fastball there. Didn't square it up necessarily, but did get into the outfield.
Marlon Byrd at the plate. He's the right fielder. Swinging and missing on the first pitch breaking ball. He saw a lot of fastballs in and broke his bat, and then popping out on a slider in the second inning. Howard with a very short lead at first base. Fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. The Angels with solo runs in the first 3 innings, but could have and should have had more than that against A.J. Burnett. The Angels have stranded 6 base runners through the first 4 innings of this game. And they're 3 for 10 with men in scoring position, including 0 for 2 with the bases loaded. But still maintaining that 3-0 lead. In the dirt. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Waste pitch, 0-2. Trying to see if Byrd would chase. That breaking ball, he did so in an 0-0 count.
Breaking pitch, and that went over the head of Byrd. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This one here is a curveball that slips out of his hand and goes around Byrd and over the helmet. Good thing he brought the bat back. A lot of times you'll keep the bat up above the helmet and you'll see the baseball hit the bat.
2-2, fouled off to the right. Back to the fastball. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Halos, as I mentioned, have left 6 on base. Phillies, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've stranded 1. They have Ryan Howard standing at first base, a 2-out single for him. Another 2-2 is on its way. Downstairs, full count. Howard's going to get a little bit of a head start here with 2 outs. Pujols playing behind Howard now. 3-2. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away, and Byrd is going to reach. Strikeout, wild pitch. 2 men on base now with 2 outs.
8th wild pitch this year for Richards. And anticipating a breaking ball being thrown for Hank, that's not a bad breaking ball. Didn't get his body over, turned his body to the right instead of squaring it up and keeping it in front. Hank unable to get that good part of his body in front of the baseball and off the heel of the glove and gets by him.
Yeah, see that right shoulder wide open there.
You got to keep that squared up. We saw that. We showed it twice now with Ruiz doing textbook as far as keeping the shoulder square. If you do that, that ball is going to stay at least close by you with an opportunity to throw at Byrd at first.
Very clever here with the music, like Butcher paying a visit. How do you talk to an angel? Played on the loudspeakers here. It's one of your favorite jams.
Oh, yeah.
This is Domonic ground. Breaking ball in the dirt. Brown grounded out to Grant Green the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. First time in the game in which the Phillies have had multiple base runners on board against Richards.
It's important for Garrett to keep maturing, keep getting a better feel for the mound. Even though he should have been out of the inning, he isn't. Still has to make some pitches to get through it.
Good one there.
.60 pitches thrown for Richards, 39 strikes, 21 out of the zone. A solid ratio for Richards.
Two on pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on that high fastball. 2-2. Need to finish him right here. Don't get to a 3-2 count. Howard doesn't need any. You don't want to give him any help. Outfield at normal depth for the Angels. 2-2 now. Reach for that one. May have helped out Garrett.
More of a product. The pitch before was on and called a strike, and that one just ran off the plate, but still trying to protect. Too close in his mind to let go.
Ruiz on deck. Should we get there? Another 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Brown. And that'll do it for the Phillies here in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth. The Halos have IBANEZ, Ibar, and Conger coming up 3-0. Richards on that last pitch of Domonic Brown.
Yeah, we talk about him maturing and not overthrowing. This is an absolutely perfect breaking ball to Brown. Stay back, front shoulder in, shoulders level, and that starts around belt high and ends up in the dirt for a swing and miss. And keep in mind that ball was in the 80s. That breaking ball from Richards.
Raul IBANEZ to lead things off here against A.J. Burnett, who had himself, I should say, a rather economical inning, considering how the first three played out for him. IBANEZ with an RBI single and a stolen base in the first, a walk into third. Looks at a strike.
First time he's been able to get that two-seamer in and catch the inside corner against IBANEZ. He's been trying the whole game.
One ball, one strike. Two and one now. 96 pitches thrown by Burnett. 58 strikes. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 7 hits allowed. It looked like he slowed everything down just to
maybe trying to throw the timing off of RAUL IBANEZ, or just trying to make sure he gets that fastball inside. Now he put himself in a very good hitter's count for IBANEZ.
3-1 pitch. RAUL fouls it off.
That's a product of a good hitter's count. Fouled it straight back.
Phillies had Mario Hollins up and loosening last inning. Pardon me, in the 3rd inning. Nobody warming up down. Check swing. Did he go? No. That is ball 4.
Boy, and A.J. Burnett gestured with his hands. He thought for sure IBANEZ offered it that pitch, or at very least was a strike.
Yeah, I think that's what he was more questioning Corey Blazer on.
Hard breaking ball. Looks like it's well off the plate, almost behind him.
Where's the pitch? Is the what Burnett was wondering there. That's a tough pitch to lay off of too.
Something that hard in, especially when you see a lot of fastballs. Very difficult.
4th walk issued by A.J. puts the leadoff man on board. And that'll get action going in the Phillies pen. Ibar 1 for 2, an RBI double his last time up. He jumped on a fastball and ripped it to the alley right center field, picking up his 10th double and his 19th run batted in.
Already 100 pitches for Burnett now. Well, a lot of pitches thrown. Only the 4th inning is reasonable for Burnett with 15. Still managed to walk in that inning though.
Two balls and no strikes. Jeff Manship is now up. Two-0 pitch. Boy, Eric had one to drive there, just fouled off. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Potential action count here for the Angels. 2-1 count.
Did that go between his legs?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Kids, don't try that at home.
No.
Three balls and a strike. And Conger on deck. And he walked him. So back-to-back walks to start this 5th inning. The 5th walk of the ball game to go with the 5 strikeouts. And you wonder how much longer Burnett is going to be left in there. Bob McClure, pitching coach, Ryan Sandberg, the manager. Either one of those two guys coming out. There's McClure.
In the Phillies bullpen, ERA out of the bullpen 4.85. Sandberg hesitant to go down to the bullpen.
It's the third time in this game in which the Angels have gotten the first two men to reach in an inning. 1-0. Hank with a single and a run scored in the second, and a walk in the third. Again, it is 3-0 Angels, and that's great that the Halos are leading, but should be a lot more than that. They've had plenty of opportunities to knock Burnett out of this game a couple of innings ago.
Yeah, you don't want to look back and say we could have and should have knocked Burnett out by the second inning and have the Phillies hang around, especially in this ballpark.
The 1-0. Off speed pitch. Evens up the count at 1-1. Because of a lot of pitches thrown and the deliberate nature of A.J. Burnett, this game has kind of moved along slowly here, plodding through the first 4 innings. 2-1. I guess it's getting the Angels ready for the slowest working team in baseball right now, the Tampa Bay Rays. Their average game time leads all of baseball.
Yeah, a lot of time in between pitches,
especially from guys in their bullpen. 2-1 now. Little dribbler up the first base line, and that will roll foul, and nobody's touching it. Go back left.
At the big A, that's going to end up being a fair ball.
Surprised he didn't just touch it there at that point as it passed.
You have to. You can't take that chance for a hit, especially while the runner's going down the line. The cleat marks, it could still work its way back into fair territory. Well, you're taught right away as a pitcher when you're doing all those fielding drills in spring training, go right away and touch that ball foul.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Grant Green is on deck. Jimenez after that. Conger takes a fastball for strike 3, 1 out.
It's two-seamer running hard of the plate.
So 1 out, runner still at first and second. And here's Grant Green. Last time up, Grant struck out looking with the bases loaded. First out of that inning. He's 1 for 2, had a base hit the right in his first plate appearance. A real tentative swing. That's the second time we've seen that from Green on a breaking pitch.
The old saying is a real good breaking pitch. You just let go. You're not going to hit it anyhow. Trust that it's going to be a ball.
0-2. And man is on deck. One and 2 now. A guy like Burnett, even after walking the first 2 guys to start this inning, he sees what he's done to that bottom part of that order. Gains a little confidence. Base hit that he gave up to Conger. Jam shot, flare out to center. The Green base hit solid out to right, but he struck him out, as I said the last time. There's the 1-2. Pulled toward the left side. Ashe has it. Feeds Utley for 1. Relay on the first. And for the second time, the Angels roll into an inning-ending double play. Head to the bottom of the 5th, still 3-0 Angels. copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Bottom of the fifth inning, still 3-0 Angels.
A.J. Burnett working around back-to-back walks to lead off the fifth inning. Angels getting nothing out of it once again. Garrett Richards back to work with that 3-0 lead. He'll face the bottom third of the order. Ruiz, Ashe, and we figure a pinch hitter for A.J. Burnett. This afternoon, more than likely done after he went 5 innings. Carlos Ruiz saw one pitch in the second inning. He skied one out to deep center field. Philly catcher, 0 for 1. Takes upstairs. Richards with 4 strikeouts, no walks. 2 hits allowed. Double and a single. Running in off the plate.
He's tried back-to-back pitches. That didn't miss by a lot. You would figure as a hitter, especially when the pitch before was a strike, you'd be more apt to swing at that. But Ruiz did not. He likes to get his arms extended.
Breaking pitch on the corner, 2-2. It's a good location with that breaking ball.
And that's the thing that's made Richards special at this point, because he could throw his breaking ball and get back into counts. Before it was always fastball, fastball.
And a swing and a miss tied him up with that 2-seamer. 1 away. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts, even though Bird reached on the wild pitch.
This fastball ran a ton off the plate, but because he was able to throw a breaking ball for a strike, it forces Ruiz to expand his zone, and he couldn't make contact with that fastball.
Cody Ashe, the third baseman, grounded out to Pujols in the third inning. Fouls off the first pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. 70 pitches now thrown by Garrett. 47 for strikes. Manship. So he'll be coming on in the 6th inning to face the Angels. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s come out to the on-deck circle.
Conger setting that target up high. Richards hasn't thrown many pitches up in that area. Hitters aren't necessarily going to chase that because he's been down. They're trying to catch up to his fastball down.
Breaking ball, got him looking down. Goes Ashe, 2 down.
Now that's a vicious curveball from Richards. This starts about letter high and drops in the strike zone. And that's his breaking ball. You'll see his slider we showed the one, but this is a curveball here where he has his finger off the baseball that allows him to go and get on top of it. It's a better angle right here, guys. You can freeze it as he's letting it go. The baseball starts at the letters and drops down below the belt, but it's the finger, just one finger on the baseball for Richards on his curveball as compared to his slider.
Tony Gwynn Jr. takes down low for ball 1. 189 average for Gwynn. 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in as a pinch hitter, 2 for 13 with a couple of runs batted in. A.J. Burnett done after 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, but only allowed 3 runs. Departs trailing 3-0. 1-1. So going to miss 1 and 2. A couple of juniors on this Phillies team. Tony Gwynn Jr., John Mayberry Jr. Big Bad John played for the Kansas City Royals. John Jr. went to Stanford. Here's the 1-2. Gwynn hits one sharply to second. Frank Green has it. A 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. 5 complete here at Citizens Bank Park. The Halos with a 3-0 lead. Saturday, MLB on Fox Sports 1 is back as reigning National League MVP Andrew McCutchen and the Pirates take on Derek Jeter and the Yankees. The action starts at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Top of the 6th inning here in Philadelphia. The Halos with a 3-0 lead. And a new pitcher on for the Philadelphia Phillies is the 29-year-old right-hander by the name of Jeff Manship.
The Manship fastball, 90 to 95, slider, curveball, very good changeup. 9 walks though in 10 innings pitched, 6 punch-outs.
12th appearance for him, a 1-1 record, a 5.40 ERA. A total of 10 innings. That's it. 12 hits allowed. Signed as a minor league free agent in the offseason, facing Luis Jimenez, who looks at a strike.
For Minnesota Twin, at one point.
Spent some time with the Rockies last year. Pitched in 11 games, made 4 starts. Slider gets Jimenez to chase. And it's an 0-2 count. Jimenez, Richards, and Navarro for the Angels here in the 6th inning. That is 8-9-1. Luis 0 for 2, a strikeout and a double play ball. One and 2. They wanted an appeal. He did not go. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned that Manship 1-1 on the season. The victory that he picked up on April 26th at Arizona was his first in the big league since September 6, 2010 in Kansas City. 40 major league appearances. That included 4 starts. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
With some full counts, the number of walks once again. The Angel hitters have had a lot of walks. Very patient at the plate on this road trip.
The 5 walks they've received today, none of them have scored. As a matter of fact, none of them have advanced beyond second. Jimenez fouls it back.
We've had 24 walks in the first 5 games of this road trip, so add 5 more, 29. Averaging nearly 5 walks a game. It's a lot of base runners.
Swing and a miss. Hey folks, the Halos take on the Rays Friday at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels camel hat courtesy of State Farm. All supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. I was doing some math. The walks that you're talking about, it scared Richard. Takes a big rip there and comes up empty. 23 of those walks have remained on the bases.
That's very surprising. Generally, walks are the ones that come around and score against you.
Bounce over to first. Ryan Howard bobbles it for a second. 2 outs. And before Efren Navarro steps to the plate, check out our Hyundai key to the game.
That end of the road to focus on finishing off a very successful road trip before going home to a long 10-game homestand. Don't look ahead, finish off the task, and have a phenomenal road trip going 5-1.
A little breathing room would be nice in the back end of the game. Solo runs in the first 3 innings. And this one against A.J. Burnett. Efren Navarro 1 for 3. He's the leadoff man today. Waiting to start out in right field. Picked up an RBI single in the second. This one's hit towards short. Sounded as if Navarro got it off the end of the bat. And the Angels, for the first time in this ball game, go down in order. Bottom of the 6th, that's where we're headed. 3-0 Angels. Stunning with the Angels up by the score of 3-0. 6 strikeouts for Garrett Richards. No walks. 2 hits allowed. A double by Utley in the first inning. A single by Howard with 2 outs in the 4th.
Well, he's getting a better feel for his breaking ball also. 4 of the last 5 batters he's faced, he struck out.
Ben Revere to lead things off. Twice has grounded out. Once to the mound, once to second base. Jimenez playing in on the grass, just in case Revere has any ideas of dropping one down. And he does so. Jimenez comes in, barehands it, fires off balance, and they got him. Nice play by Luis.
Well played by Jimenez. That's a tough play. Well, that's a great throw. You're using the bare hand. You get underneath the throw. You make sure you give yourself some room to make the throw to first base. Also, anticipating a bunt. Comes in, using the hand, all in one motion. Good throw to Pujols to get Revere. Well played by Louis.
So 1 out, nobody on, and Jimmy Rollins at the plate. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to short. Jimmy sitting in the batter's box thinking to himself, please throw me something in so I don't ground out to Ibar again. A couple of hoppers has taken Ibar into the outfield grass, but Eric's made 2 nice plays on it. Breaking pitch that he waves at, evens up the count.
When you consider the speed of Jimmy Rollins going down the line, even more impressive for Eric Ibar.
Boy, a very pleasant afternoon here in Philadelphia. Overcast skies, mild temperatures. Nice little crowd on hand for Wednesday afternoon. Seeing a good young pitcher in Garrett Richards here.
With outstanding stuff.
2 balls and 1 strike. Utley on deck. This one's ripped into right field, and Rollins on board for the first time in the series.
And he got that pitch on the inner half. Now let's take a look at our tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks. First 2 at bats for Jimmy Rollins. Hits the ball well in the outfield grass. Great range for Eric Ibar. Strong throw. Gets to the first at bat. And then another good swing and another good play in the outfield grass. Strong throw. Gets him twice. But this time for Jimmy Rollins, base hit in the right field. It's not test. Eric Ibar at that at bat.
Third hit allowed by Garrett Richards. Here's Utley. It was doubled and grounded out. One ball, no strikes on Utley, who doubled back in the first inning, his 16th double of the year. And Utley skies one out toward right center field, hit well. Navarro back, and it's off the base of the wall. Ricochets right back to Trout. Rollins will stop at third, and Utley with his second double of the game.
That was really played well by Trout off the wall. Otherwise, it's a 3-1 game. That's 2 good swings Utley has had. Not many people have had good swings by the Phillies against Richards in this game, but Utley has. Off the wall, but well played and positioned by Trout.
Ball that was up just a little bit.
That's what you want. Get it in quickly, your cutoff man.
Long conversation with Conger. Corey Blazer out to try to break it up, move things along. Ryan Howard will step to the plate with 2 on, 1 out. Phillies get their first base runner over to third base in this game. Howard 1 for 2. A strikeout in the first and a single out to shallow right in the 4th inning. 3 infielders on the right side. Breaking ball missed outside. 1-1 pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That fastball got away from Richards. Pitched before, very good breaking ball. Ryan Howard with 44 strikeouts on the season. Richards would like to get another one against him.
Boy, good pitch. Howard not fully committed on that breaking pitch. Evens up the count at 2-2.
Similar to the pitch he struck out in the first at bat. Break the ball in the dirt. And try that again. You have an RBI man up in this spot. He's thinking RBI, so he will expand the strike zone to try to make contact. Now it's your job to expand that zone and get a swing and miss.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Howard. 2 down.
Good breaking ball, exactly what you want to do in that spot. You see a hitter swinging the pitch before, you go right back to the exact same pitch, location. Even if he doesn't swing, you try it again. Great pitch by Richards.
So 2 outs now. Runner still at second and third. Here's Marlon Byrd. A pop-up and a strikeout, although he reached on the wild pitch after that punch out in the 4th inning. Rollins at third base, Utley at second. This will be the 89th pitch of the game for Garrett. You don't want to miss too much inside on Marlon Byrd. Strikeout of Howard, the 7th for Richards in this ball game. (1-0) breaking pitch. Dangerous territory, but it's a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll throw your get-over breaking ball to get back into account, but against Marlon Byrd, that pitch is a dangerous spot. That's a slider that's he's basically staying up in the middle in against a guy who has good power to left field.
Byrd signing with the Phillies in the offseason. Well, that's a nasty pitch. In off the hands. 1-2.
And that's a shake of the head by Byrd, thinking, wow, that was a good pitch against me. I'm glad he's even fouled this ball off. It starts on the inside corner and almost runs behind him, and that's a fastball.
Kind of a get off me swing.
Yeah. Where you have to have a lot of trust in your catcher if you bounce a breaking ball to be able to get a swing and miss and keep it in front of him.
Fouled back off of Conger. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mike Adams getting ready. Adams pitched 1 inning last night. The 8th. Marlon Byrd last year with the Mets and the Pirates. Over 290 combined. 24 home runs and 88 runs batted in. Richards trying to get out of this 6th inning unscathed. A single and a double by Rollins and Utley with 1 out. Now there are 2 outs after the strikeout of Howard. The 1-2 pitch. Broken bat flare on the third base side. Jimenez moving back, makes the catch. That'll do it. A shattered bat. What a pitch.
That's like a Stone song. Shattered.
We played 6, 3-0 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired performance, and by AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible.
That's your favorite guy right there, isn't it? Lefty.
Oh, lefty. You talk about a wipeout slider. He had one of the best sliders, if not the best slider in the history of the game. Just ask Dave Parker about that slider a few times.
Hall of Famer Steve.
Yeah, when he was a coach for the Angels, when I was with the Angels in '97, I used to ask Parker, I said, hey, what do you think of that slider from Carl? He goes, next question, please.
Moving on. Speaking of.
And he was big enough where you moved on quickly anyhow.
Oh, man. This is Mike Adams pitching for the second time in the series. 11th game overall. He's got a 2-1 record, 4.15 ERA. I mentioned he pitched the 8th inning last night. He gave up a leadoff single to Chris Iannetta, but nothing more.
Fastball's 87-92. Cut fastball, throws a lot of cut fastballs. Curve, changeup.
Jeff Manship, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. A 1-2-3 inning for Manship. And here's Adams in the 7th. 3-0 Angels. Trout, Pujols, and IBANEZ. Slider, it's in there for a strike. Adams, a big cat who comes at you with a lot of arms, a lot of legs. You see the numbers for Trout against Adams in his career, 2 for 5. And he almost ends up on the infield grass after his delivery.
Now you really have to track the baseball against. You mentioned the arms and legs, everything moving at once. You have to look for that hitter's eye, batter's eye, and to be able to track the baseball.
Right now, one in off the hands. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, he hides the baseball well, throws the glove, arm, legs, and then try to track the baseball as he's falling towards first.
Trout with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. A walk and a stolen base. 0 for 2. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Seven hits for the Angels, all off of A.J. Burnett, who lasted 5 innings. Struck out 6, walked 5, but managed to just give up 3 runs. Fouled back. High fastball.
I gotta believe he's going to try a cut fastball now when you have a swing like that. Doesn't have that overpowering fastball velocity wise like he used to.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you would like to see some late runs here for the Angels. It's still not a comfortable lead, even though Richards has been throwing the ball well. The Phillies that last inning had the tying run at the plate with Howard and Bird.
Full count. Pujols on deck. Albert has swung to bat well in this game. 2 for 3. Double and a single. 2 runs scored. Here's the 3-2. And this is out toward right center field. Hit well. Towering shot. Revere's going back. This one is off the wall. Trout on his way to second. Rounds it. Heads to third. Easily in with a triple.
You get a lot of fans to cheer for him here. Just missed hitting a home run. Here in front of so many fans at the ballpark from Millville. Well, you got a fastball to crush.
Such a good swing, too.
And when you see Trout hitting the ball like that, that's the kind of swing you want to try to keep him going on, because that's crushed. Able to lead that butt of the bat first and then threw the baseball, more compact, and then turns on the wheels, slides in for a triple, his 4th.
Infield now in with Pujols at the plate. Albert 2 for 3, as I mentioned. The double, his 10th of the year. Takes a fastball for a strike. Albert didn't appear to like that call. Previous 6 games, 1 for 25, but a multi-hit game for him. No balls, 2 strikes. Ibanez on deck. Slider way outside. The Angels in this ball game 3 for 12 with men in scoring position. They've stranded 7 so far. Now with an RBI opportunity standing at third base. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Brian Lenore rings him up. 1 down.
See if this, from this angle, to see if Pujols went. Looked like he crossed the plate.
Yep.
This is that last action on the bat going forward. If he keeps his hands still, his wrists, he probably doesn't get that call, but that little whip action at the end, Brian Lenore rings him up.
Well, the Angels just keep wasting opportunities in this game.
You got to get this one home, and Ibanez is he good in these spots? 7 walks. Talked about on this road trip, 29 walks as a team. He's got 7 of them himself, so he's been patient. He's going to look for a ball he can drive in the air deep enough to score trout.
Breaking ball, first strike. Earl's been on board 3 times with an RBI single, 2 walks. He's also picked up a stolen base. RBI as well. 19th RBI picked up back in the first inning. Trout with a leadoff triple, standing at third base. Roller up the line, foul. Now went off the foot of Ibanez. And RAUL now in the hole at no balls, 2 strikes.
At the top of the foot.
So no balls, 2 strikes on RAUL with 1 out. Halos with 8 hits, Phillies with 4.
They throw him a curveball here, it looks like.
Check swing, he went around. 2 down. So it's up to Eric Ibar.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Yep, cross the plate again.
Ninth strikeout for Phillies pitching this afternoon. First one to Eric. Down low. Ibar's 1 for 2, a strikeout, an RBI double, and a walk.
7 for 21 in Toronto. 1 for 2 so far in this game. A very good road trip.
Looked like Eric was committed to swinging at that pitch regardless. Breaking ball down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout still hanging out at third base. Leadoff triple for him. 2-1. At some point, the Angels offense got to get it going with men in scoring position, not hitting home runs. Not even close to the pace they were doing so in the month of April.
They just got to be more consistent, more patient, looking for a pitch in the zone and use the middle of the field in RBI spots.
2-2. Going for the all or nothing approach hasn't worked at all. The Angels came in batting .225 with men in scoring position. We pointed out the 3 for 14 today. Now the 2-2. Full count. Conger on deck. Phillies in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have Brown, Ruiz, and Ashe 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Adams is ready. And now the 3-2 to Ibar. He takes outside, so it's a walk. It'll put runners at the corners for Hank.
Trying to backdoor cut fastball, but unable to catch that corner. 2 walks in the game for Ibar.
6 overall by Phillies pitching to go with the 9 strikeouts and the 8 hits allowed. Hank 1 for 2. Single, a walk, and a punch out.
Ibar's got to be thinking about going here at some point.
Off speed pitch for a strike.
See if he can draw a throw to second base. And Trout can try to score himself.
The only advantage if he doesn't go is keeping Howard at first base. Try to open up a little bit of a hole on the right side. They'll check in on him, but I agree with you. More than likely going.
Again, long throwing motion for Adams. Should give Ibar an opportunity to steal a base, get 2 men in scoring position.
Ibar takes off. The breaking pitch is a big swing and a miss. So 1-2 count on Conger. Now he has runners at second and third.
Second solo of the base of the season for Ibar. Big jump. No throw. Nobody even covering the base. Because that man right there in Trout, they throw the ball anywhere near second base, he's going.
No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Second and third. 1-2. Antonio Bastardo, the lefty, getting ready. Adams pitched last night. He's thrown 24 pitches so far here in the 7th inning. Angels trying to extend a 3-0 lead. Little pop about to shallow left center. Backpedaling out is Rollins. The Angels waste another opportunity as they strand 2 more in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Halos up 3-0. The game, you can tweet your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast, and it is brought to you by AT&T. Benjamin, thanks for the picture. We appreciate it. The Angels looking forward to returning home tomorrow to start a 4-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Long homestand.
Still work to be done here. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Angels. Dominic Brown to lead things off here against Garrett Richards. 7 strikeouts for Garrett, no walks, and 4 hits allowed. Brown takes down and in. Phillies left fielders 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Went around. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's looking fastball. Yeah. That ball wasn't even near the strike zone. When you're throwing that hard, as a hitter, you got to guess with the fastball and try to get the bat hit out. And by doing that, he committed to a swing and swings at a breaking ball that was in front of the plate almost.
2 balls, 1 strike. The Angels put Colin Cowgill in right field and moved Efren Navarro from right to left. Raul Ibanez afternoon has come to an end. Dominic lines one out to left, just like that. New outfielder, it'll find you, doesn't it?
And he knew how to play that ball in left field out there, and some plays in right field for the first baseman playing the outfield.
Looks very comfortable out there.
And a birthday present. Fly ball right into the glove.
One out, nobody on for Carlos Ruiz. Ruiz picks up a base hit. 1 for 3 game now. Hey fans, Armed Forces Weekend concludes on Sunday when the Angels take on the Rays at 12:35. You can stick around after the game and enjoy Purple Heart Baseball. This 3-inning game features Purple Heart veterans injured while serving our country. For tickets and more info, just log on at angels.com/promotions.
Great opportunity. See some heroes. It's time for Mike Sozier going to play behind Ruiz at first for Albert Pujols.
Left-handed batter at the plate, and Cody Ashley, the third baseman. Richards' fastball misses away. That's the 100th pitch of the ball game.
66 in the strike zone for Richards. Good ratio for him.
Ashley 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a strikeout. Lifts this one down the right field line. It's hooking, foul, and out of play, out in front of the breaking ball.
That's a pretty happy fan to make the play.
Like Greg Luzinski made the catch out there.
Does have a barbecue stand here.
Yeah. He's got the old baby blues on.
Yes.
Don't rub it. There's Bull's barbecue. In the dirt out in front of Conger, and advancing easily is Ruiz. Takes the double play out of order.
Second wild pitch of the game for Richards, 9 on the season. It's a fastball.
Hank standing up on it too.
Mike Sozier knows a lot about that. They work a lot in spring training, the catchers, on how to block those pitches. Didn't do necessarily what he would hope for him to do as far as staying down and knocking it and keeping it in front.
This one off the end of the bat to the left side. Jimenez cuts it off, fires to first, and they get the out. That's fine. Nice play by Luis on a tough little roller with all that spin.
That was a real tough play. Talking to himself, you can tell. Off the end of the bat, and it having spin. He's going one way back to another way. Fields it and throws that actually at first base. But the spin on this baseball, see it going back around and into the glove, spinning around as it goes in this glove. Had to squeeze it and throw over the first base.
Mike Butcher's going to come out. It's Reed Brignac pinch hitting here. Assuming just to go over the scouting report.
Yeah, that's all the conversation right here. What does he look for first pitch? What is his weaknesses?
Michael Moore getting ready. Just 103 pitches for Richards. Very manageable for him. Brignac had his contract selected back on the 9th. AAA Lehigh Valley. He's hitting .284 there. Career .229 average as a pinch hitter. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he played for the Tampa Bay Rays for a while. Breaking balls in there for a strike. Brignac signing as a minor league free agent in the offseason. Spent time with the Rockies last year, as well as the Yankees. Got into 17 games with the Pinstripers. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that's still a good fastball with great movement.
Oh, 2 on the way. Breaking pitch, a swing and a miss. Conger has to throw on to first to complete the strikeout, and he does. We've played 7 here in Philadelphia. Angels maintain a 3-0 lead.
Seven solid innings, shutout baseball. There's 5 hits allowed. And the reason why Rich is so good, you can see his curveball grip, that finger, the index finger off the baseball, and then gets on top, snaps that one straight down, starts at the belt, ends up in the dirt for a swing and miss against Brignac to be able to finish off the inning.
Well, the Angels have actually gone to the bullpen, so you wonder if Richards comes back out. Solid 7 innings for him. That's Antonio Bastardo pitching now for the Phillies. 3rd reliever used by Ryan Sandberg. Takes over for Mike Adams. Pardon me, it's Mario Hollins. They changed up on us. Bastardo was warming up. 15 games, 1-on-1 record of .450 ERA for Hollins. Take a look at our in-game box score. every starter with at least a hit, the only exception being Luis Jimenez.
And Richards put 2 baseballs in play today, 2 ground ball outs, so that's a plus for a pitcher.
And you figure, as I look at the lineup, he might be done. He's due third up here in the 8th inning. Green trying to bunt his way on. Fouls it back. Grant today 1 for 3, a single back in the 2nd. It'll be Green, Jimenez, and then the pitcher spot.
That's a special young pitcher right there, Garrett Richards. 106 pitches thrown through 7 shutout innings, no walks, 8 punch outs. He's starting to figure it out too. The talent has been there. Now he's starting to realize how good he can be. He's moving around. Depending on the circumstance, he may indeed still be in the game.
1-2 inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hollins in the big league for the first time this year, part in his career. 10th round pick by the Phillies. UC Santa Barbara.
And Hollins, good fastball too. 91 to 95. There's a slider, cut fastball, and a changeup.
Born in Oakland, makes his home at El Cerrito. 2-2. Flare foul. Richards, by the way, has done a heck of a job of working out of some trouble. As Green lifts this one out to a shallow right field. Utley goes out and gets called off by Marlon Byrd. There's the first down of the 8th. Up steps Luis Jimenez, the third baseman. C.J. Cron coming out to the on-deck circle. Looks like Garrett's afternoon will indeed come to an end. Looks like Ernesto Frieri is getting ready. Luis 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a double play ball.
Yeah, Luis seems a little impatient at the plate, trying to get a fastball, but expanding the strikes, and that wasn't even that close for him. Made some nice defensive plays at third base. Had a big double last night.
There's Ernie. Pulled to third. Ashley has it. Squared up. Nothing to show for it, however. 2 outs.
We've got the bat head out there. Line drive. Ashley made a nice play.
Now C.J. Cron called back, and it's John McDonald instead going to pinch hit here.
I wonder if that's not going to end up being a double switch, where you see McDonald go in and play a position now after coming to the plate, taking the pitcher's spot.
Garrett Richards ends up going 7 innings, 5 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks, no runs allowed. Johnny Mack got the start last night at the shortstop position. Ended up going 1 for 4, picked up a single. 269 in 16 games. The off-speed pitch from Hollins caught the outside corner.
Richards allowed 6 earned runs in 6 starts on the road this season.
McDonald pops it up. Rollins and Utley. It's Utley, the second baseman there. And Hollins has himself a 1-2-3-8. Well, to the bottom of the inning. Angels up 3-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by Mercury Insurance. Save big on your auto insurance. Get a fast, free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. On the old Liberty Bell. Big line out in front once again today. Every day, same thing here. Beautiful skyline to Philadelphia. 3-0 Angels. Game 2 of this 2-game set. We begin the bottom of the 8th inning. A couple of changes for the Halos. And it begins with John McDonald, who came in as a pinch hitter, staying in the game. Over at second base, Grant Green has done. It is indeed a double switch as Ernesto Frieri comes into the game. So the pitcher spot now in the 7th order. 7th place in the order. Frieri, 18 games, 0-3 record, a 5.51 ERA. Closed out last night's victory, picking up his 5th save. Revere, Rollins, and Utley, top of the order. And Revere looks at a strike. Revere, the center fielder, 0 for 3, 3 ground ball outs. Interesting the way Mike Scioscia setting it up today. It was Joe Smith who faced 2, 3, and 4 last night with Frieri closing out, and today it's Frieri facing 1, 2, and 3. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Leads you to believe there's still a feel for Mike Scioscia who indeed is the closer.
Just matching
still by
it up.
committee, yes.
Chopper toward short. You're going to have to hurry. Ibar gets rid of it quickly. There's out number 1. Stick around after the last out. Angels Live post game presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Boy, Ibar's made some outstanding defensive plays in this game. Also had a big RBI double.
There's Jimmy Rollins, a shortstop who singled in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3, the only time he's been on board in this series. Eventually stranded at third base. That's when Garrett, after giving up the Utley double, runners at second and third and 1 out, struck out Howard and got Bird to pop out weakly to the third baseman Jimenez, shattering Bird's back. pulled over to first. Rollins rolling over it. 2 down. Brings up Utley with the bases clear and 2 away. Bastardo now warming up. We assume this time he'll be coming into the game. Angels in the 9th inning have 1, 2, and 3 due up. Navarro, Trout, and Pujols.
Just one lefty up. Navarro and then 2 righties.
Five-time All-Star starter Chase Utley. Couple of hits today, 2 doubles, 1 ground out. I just love the way he tracks pitches.
Yeah, he looks exactly if it's going in his mind if he can drive the ball. So he's looking that ball off the outside corner, but that does catch the corner. He's not going to do as much damage on that pitch. He's looking for something to track inner half, even down and in, which we saw earlier in the game.
There's a lot of guys that, especially on a fastball, just kind of stop tracking the baseball after they've committed to either not swinging or swinging at it. He seems to kind of follow it all the way through. It kind of gives you a good idea of movement, location, umpire strike zone, especially early on in the game. So a quick pitch action.
Threw him off because he's a timing guy with his hands.
3 pitches. An easy strikeout of Utley. We head to the 9th, 3-0 Angels. Bank Park. Antonio Bastardo, the left-hander, comes in relief of Hollins, who had a easy 1, 2, 3, 8th inning. Bastardo will face the top of the order, though. Navarro, Trout, and Pujols. 17 games this year, 3-2 record, and a 5.40 ERA.
Bastardo fastball 88-93, slider, quite a few sliders, occasional changeup.
Efrain Navarro got the start in right field, moved over to left in the 7th inning. On his 28th birthday, has gone 1 for 4. An RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Halos with solo runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings, and so far have made it stand up. One ball, no strikes on Efrain. Angels have Joe Smith getting ready in their bullpen. Looks like Philadelphia's got somebody else loosening as well in their pen. 1-0. That's a strike. Bastardo, 28 years of age, native of the Dominican Republic. First got a taste of big league life back in 2009 with the Phillies. As Efrain lifts one down the left field line. Domonic Brown moving over and makes the catch and ends up sliding on the warning track.
Playing that way, worked his way towards that warning track, and knowing the wall was going to be close by, goes into a slide with that padding low as compared to the fence being higher up if he runs into it.
That's the first action he has seen in this series. There's Trout, 1 for 3. Tripled lead off the seventh inning, but was stranded at third base.
Sure, Mike would like to treat the home crowd to a big fly here. Almost had a home run his last at bat off the wall for a triple. Right center field.
Two balls, no strikes. Bastardo kind of reminds you, especially the way he's wearing the uniform pants, of Odalis Perez a little bit.
Same high leg kick.
Yeah. Three, they wanted to appeal, but Brian Honora knows that he's near South Jersey, so he says no, he didn't go.
Even if he swings down fall and he didn't go.
Yeah. Albert on deck. Then Colin Cowgill took over in right field in the seventh inning for RAUL IBANEZ. 3-1. Full count now. The guy in the front row was camped underneath it, ready for it, popped in and out of his hands, then dove over the seats to get it. He came up with it.
The effort is what counts.
That's what they say. 3-2 on the way. Fouled back. Those are brothers right there?
Yes. They came to the game wearing their Fanatic hat. The Cubisms.
That's awesome. Boy, they really are fanatics.
Yes.
Another 3-2. I went around on the breaking ball. Trout's. Here's Albert. 2 for 4. A double, a single, a ground out, and a strikeout. The Phillies in the bottom of the ninth inning have Ryan Howard, Marlon Byrd, and Domonic Brown due up. Garrett Richards, 7 solid innings. Shutout baseball, 5 hits, 8 strikeouts. A.J. Burnett, the starter for the Phillies, went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, which was miraculous considering the number of base runners the Angels had on board against him. 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks. Angels unable to get the big hits. Got to put them away early. That's why he ended up going 5 innings.
And he had their opportunities. Many base runners.
2-0 pitch. 3 balls and no strikes.
Tried that back-to-back batters. Only the rule of thumb is not to do that.
Swinging 3-0. He lifts one out to left. Domonic Brown comes in under it. And Bastardo has himself a 1-2-3-9. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Joe Smith trying to close it out for the Halos, up 3-0. With a 3-0 lead, Mike Scioscia's gone to the pen and handed the ball off to Joe Smith, who did a terrific job last night in the 8th inning. Here trying to close it out for Garrett Richards, trying to pick up Richards' 4th win of the season.
Smith looking for his 5th save of the season.
Ryan Howard, Marlon Byrd, and Dominic Brown, the scheduled hitters for the Phillies. Ernesto Friere, a scoreless 8th inning for him. 1-2-3 inning, including a strikeout. Ryan Howard, the first baseman, 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of strikeouts. First one down and away. John McDonald down in shallow right field with Howard at the plate.
And that baseball slipped right out of the hand of Joe Smith.
Howard ahead of the count at 2-0. He leans this one out toward center field.
That's a good pitch, 2-0. Using the big part of the yard, staying fastball, staying away.
One out. And here comes Marlon Byrd. Halos trying to get 3 games over 500 for the first time this year. And they'll do so. Should Smith be able to close it out? First one in the air to right. Colin Cowgill racing over toward the foul line and makes a catch at foul territory. 2 down.
2 quick fly ball outs here for Joe Smith. Cowgill, nice read on that one.
Dominic Brown will step to the plate with 2 outs. 0 for 3, line down in the 7th inning. Halos looking for their 2nd shutout of the season. April 9th, the other. It was also a Garrett Richards start.
Yeah, the 2nd combined shutout.
No balls and 2 strikes. Smith 0-2. Fouled back. Pitching the story once again for the Angels. Matt Shoemaker, 5 innings, picked up his first major league win last night. Con, Salas, Smith, and Friere last night, although Salas gave up a run in his 1 inning. Richards 7 scoreless today. Friere scoreless 8th. Now Joe Smith trying to finish it off.
It was good to see Matt Shoemaker get that first career major league win yesterday. A solid 5 innings.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Picture of perseverance right there. Non-drafted free agent working his way up through the minor leagues. Getting a chance at the big leagues. 0-2 popped foul. A slider running in on the hands of Domonic Brown.
This baseball looked like it was well off the inside corner, and it was.
If the inning continues, it's Carlos Ruiz. This one's popped up on the third base side. Jimenez will give it a look, but it's headed toward the seats. Long homestand upcoming for the Angels, kicking off tomorrow night against the Rays. Another 0-2. Foul tip, hung on to by Conger. Light that baby up as the Angels complete the quick 2-game sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies. Today they shut out the Phils by the final of 3-0.